Hi there, thanks for joining us. In this Repricer.com video, we're going to take a look at our automations feature. Think of automations as a simple way of moving your products from one rule to another automatically. An automation allows you to set criteria, and whenever that criteria is triggered, it will automatically move your product to another rule. In this specific video, we're going to look at how you can automate based on your repricing status, i.e. if your product is at min, at max, or at neither. In order to get started, we need to go to the automation screen. Click Automations on the left-hand side of your screen. Then we're going to create a new automation. Choose the option right here. The first thing we need to do when creating a new automation is to give it a name. Be as descriptive as possible. Then we need to choose a channel. If you do want to put an automation on more than one channel, you would need to create an automation for each. With our name and channel set, we move on to the Triggers tab where the magic happens. From the trigger list, choose Repricing Result. You can then choose which status you're looking for, at min, at max, or neither. Then choose the number of days that your product needs to be on that status for this automation to trigger. For example, if your product has been at min for 7 days. You can also have up to 3 triggers, so you can mix and match some of the other trigger options that are available. Next, we're going to choose our rules. First, we choose which rules are going to be looked at by this automation. If a product is not in one of the rules selected, it will not automate. The second option is to choose the rule that your product is going to be moved into. With those selected, we have our final option. What happens when the automation no longer triggers? In this case, if your product stops being at min. You can choose to either stay on that rule or revert back to the previous rule. We'll leave the setting to move back to the previous rule. Next, we're going to move on and have a look at our Timings tab. Our Timings tab gives us a bit more control over when and where our automations are going to trigger. The first option is Lock Period. This basically allows you to lock your products so they cannot automate again for a while. As an example, you can set it to lock your product for 7 days if this automation is triggered. That does mean if another automation were to trigger, it wouldn't apply. You can also use Break Lock Period to say that this automation should ignore any products that have already got a lock period applied. Our next option, Start and End Dates, are pretty self-explanatory. You can tell Repricer to only apply this automation between the chosen dates. This is perfect if you want to set up an automation to work during a seasonal period. And when you're done, simply review and save your automation. And it's done. Your automation has now been created. Our automations run on a regular basis, so you should see any products that this would apply to automating shortly. And that's just one of the many things you can do with automations. Why not have a look at some of the others we have here on the channel? If you haven't yet started your trial with Repricer, we offer one free for 14 days, no credit card required. Or why don't you get in touch and book a demo with one of our helpful team? Thanks for joining me today and have a great day.